AQ, W1 set Y. The Victor Echo.
Hello? Hey. Hey, I just want to make a quick announcement and give a shout out to Dave Bisciotti for quarterbacking the dummy load build last Saturday. That was amazing. That was amazing. I mean, when I got done and walked over to your table and you got the program in and I saw my name pop up and my call sign, it was so cool. And I got home and it actually worked, so thank you.
That's the extent of the warranty, though. 3 feet and 30 seconds? Good evening. Thank you for your patience. Do we have Google Meet on the web? Are we ready to start? Let me ask that question. All right. Should we call up Wes and see if he can see anything? So this is what modern technology does to you. You know, it just turns things upside down, but that's okay. All righty. While we're waiting to see if the rest of us can see what we can see, we'll get going. So thank you very much for joining us and being patient again. So we got 3 things that we want to go through. Quick business update, and then we want to do a quick overview on the FT DX10, and I won't spend a lot of time on that. If you want to take a look at the radio and play with it a little bit, we can do that after Lee's SDR presentation. So, emergency exits. There's an emergency exit in the far rear corner, okay? If you go out that door on that side, you go out through the front doors that you came in on, okay? Restrooms are in the far right corner, rear of the lobby. We have a remote audience, we think. We're trying to figure this out. But if we do have a remote audience, then we're going to use the Mark-managed microphone. Is that right, Mark? Correct. Okay. No. And then coffee and snacks. We have a new pot of coffee, plenty of cookies, courtesy of Lee. Eat them, take them with you. Here we go. So, quick calendar update. We got field day coming. Does everybody know what field day is? Yeah. Sure. Then we have the 4th of July event support, both for the Peachtree Road Race and for the Stars and Stripes Parade down at Sandy Springs. And Mike Cohen was looking for volunteers today. So if you've got the opportunity for the Friday night 4th, give those guys a hand down at Sandy Springs, that would be great. Contact Mike and he'll get you hooked up with what you need to do. Just a friendly reminder that not full e-news content is due the first Friday of the month, which happens to be July 4th, but you know, we'll let you wait till Saturday. It is a holiday. July Aries meetings coming up on July 8th. The VE test session will be on July 12th. You'll need to register with the link on the website, and that is sending you right to Ian, and he will get you set up. Our July club meeting is on the 15th of July, and just as a reminder, because I know somebody will ask this question, when do we have to have the field day results submitted? Well, the answer is 29th of July. We have some new members that took some testing on and member upgrades that took some tests Saturday. So Justin and Logan, they're not here, but Tyler, Patrick, stand up and tell us who you are. Mark, get over there and help Patrick.
Is this on? There we go. Great. My name is Patrick Floyd. I live in Johns Creek, and I just want to take this opportunity. You may have heard the old saying, you never get a second chance to make a good first impression. Ian and his team with the testing, Wes twisting my arm to join the club, and John making sure I got signed up. Done a great job, great first impression, and I'm happy to be here.
Okay. See if you can log on. All right. Thank you, Patrick. You'll get your call sign sometime this week, I hope. I checked the other day, and they weren't up yet, so. Yeah. All right. So, over there, next to the coffee pot, is the 2025 proclamation from Governor Brian Kemp that says June 22nd to June 29th is Amateur Field Day week in the state of Georgia. So thank you very much, Lee. Mark is holding it up. Thank you, Mark. I think we talked about this, but Dave did a great job. Thank you, Ted. If you get an opportunity to go out to the website and take a look at all the pictures that these guys took and posted. So, Field Day needs some greeters. Remember what greeters were? People who stood next to the sign-in desk and said hello to those folks who were guests that came by and walked people around if they were needed. We'd like to get 3 of them. Grill master. We need at least 2 people to volunteer to be grill master. And what that involves is cooking hot dogs and hamburgers on the grill next to the pavilion so that we can serve those cooked hot dogs and hamburgers at the picnic. Any volunteers? Let Lynn know, would you please? How about a photographer? Who wants to take pictures during the event? Oh, thank you, Steve. Check that one off. Deputy Safety Officer. So Wayne Garber is going to be our safety officer, but I'd like to have somebody who can back Wayne up, fill in for Wayne when Wayne falls asleep, because eventually he will do that sometime in the middle of the night. Safety, all right? So you got some, you could be on the radio, but you could still be the safety officer, so. And we need a couple more people for the antenna setup team. So, thank you very much. Okay, we'll do that. Renee. Okay, very good. We got that one checked off. See, we're making progress. Tammy, I sent you a note. Are you going to be around? Okay, great. We'll put you on the list. Okay, and now for Ian's enjoyment. Just as an advisory reminder, if you use an insect repellent with DEET in it, it's going to affect any of the plastic markings, finishes, et cetera, on radios. And that means that numbers on the radio won't be legible. Touch screens don't like DEET. Guess what radios we have that have touch screens, both at sideband and go to station, right? So we're going to do some things to make sure we get some hand wipes and stuff at the stations, but if you can find an insect repellent without DEET, that'd be good. All righty. So that's the end of the business section. Yeah. Yes, Carl.
Thank you, Mark. There we go. We're looking for a few more CW operators. We're a little short this year due to some personal illnesses and people traveling and whatnot, and we could use a few more. I have not scheduled anybody yet. I currently have 6 volunteers plus 1 for FT8. So we've got a lot of it covered, but we don't have it all covered, and I haven't scheduled anybody yet. So if you're interested, you can find me at WB4ABY .NFARL@gmail or whatever the heck it is. It's the NFARL
Exactly.
address on Gmail. Whatever the heck that was. So
WB4ABY
Yeah.
at gmail.com.
and it is a website, so you just have to click on it for CW Captain, and nobody's been assigned. If you can work 1 3-hour shift, that's great. Only 2 hours, if only 2 hours available, we'll do it, but we could use that. I've got a number of guys ready, but we're still short, so I want to let everybody know we're looking. So thank you.
Thank you, Carl. All right, real quick. Who's ever seen or operated an FT DX10? I know a few people have, right? So you guys know what a nice radio it is. It is a nice radio. Yeah. Food at field day?
We all like to eat.
Oh, yeah. You know, we have this young lady, Lynn Kahn. Come up, hand Lynn the microphone, Mark. Lynn, tell us what's going on with food at field day.
You want me to come up?
Yeah, come on up. Come on down, as your husband says.
Okay.
You did.
Hello. It's my, is that better for you? Okay. Oh, thank you. So I generally attend to NFARL meetings a year. This one and the one in December. So for this one, we have, I'm in charge of the food committee, and we have lots of good food planned. We're gonna have barbecue from Spiced Right. But in order to order my barbecue from Spiced Right, I need for y'all to let me know if you're coming to our fabulous picnic on Saturday evening at 6 o'clock. Now, I have had about 24 responses from my email that I sent out on June 4th. And then, so that's about a total of 35 people who said they're coming. But I need for people to go ahead and click on the link that we have on the field day site, or you can also look at your email for June 4th, from June 4th, or I'm going to be sending out a gentle reminder tonight, and I'll have the link that you can click on to let me know what side or dessert you're going to bring, and if you're going to be bringing, coming, and who you're going to be coming with. Also, anybody who would like to volunteer or have family members who have in the past volunteered with me, I would love to have some volunteers in the evening to get ready for dinner. And then I also need some volunteers on Sunday afternoon to kind of break things down and clean up the pavilion. But the big thing is, in order to make sure I've got enough food, I gotta hear from y'all. So please let me know when y'all are coming.
So let's ask the question this way. Did everybody get an email from Lynn? Did anybody not get an email from Lynn? Okay. You're new. All right. Anybody else? Okay. We'll get you the place to go and how to do it.
We'll get you taken care of.
All right. So that could explain some things too. So look for that if you haven't done it. And
Also, for side dishes, I don't need any more coleslaw.
what?
No more coleslaw, no more mac and cheese, no more brownies. Okay? Everything else, so. Can you ever have too many brownies? The overnight guys say no. So, since you're one of the overnight guys, I would say no, we can never have too many brownies. But we like to offer a variety. Okay, any questions about food?
The food is good. Thank you, Lynn.
Thank you.
Okay, so we have 2 radios that we bought earlier this year. One's going to be at the SSB station. That's the phone station, right? And the other one's going to be at the GOTA station. On top of that, Fred, W4FRA, is going to bring his own FT DX10, and we're going to use that at the GOTA queue, right? The line queue to get, because we know there's going to be a line. There's going to be hundreds of people waiting to get on the air, right? That's what I've been told. You're all bringing all the friends that you know that don't have any ham radio license or experience, right? I mean, everybody said they were going to bring 10 other people, right? No, well, all right. So the objectives of this discussion quickly is to give you an overview of the FTDX10 if you don't know anything, talk to you quickly about what the station configurations are going to be, quick operating overview, and then some basic operations that would go on in it. So what is it? I'm not going to read all this. It's a nice HF 100-watt Yaesu transceiver. It's a narrowband or narrow SDR hybrid. It doesn't get good mileage. No, I don't know what the mileage is, and I don't know why they call it a hybrid. No, wait a minute. Yeah, I do. It's a really good radio, right? Says so right at the bottom. There's a picture of it. There's 3 links. Those links will bring you to the product review that was in the June 2021 QST, and you can read about the things that they complained about. You can see the catalog from Yaesu, or you can go to the actual operations manual and read that. It's only 124 pages, so you should be able to get through it in at least 4 or 5 cups of coffee. All right, so 3 units. 2 of them will be part of the official, yes. Yes, Neil has a question.
No, just a statement, excuse me. The DX10, if you follow Rob Sherwood's ratings on HF equipment, is the number 3 rated unit. Number 1 is the FTDX 101D and the MP. The only difference between those 2 is one's a 100-watt radio, the other one's a 200-watt radio. The 101, both of them, and the DX10 have exactly the same receiver. It's a high-performance receiver. The DX10 only has 1 receiver. The 101 series has 2 independent receivers. And I will tell you from personal experience, the DX10 is an outstanding little radio. I have a DX10 and I have a 101 MP. I cannot tell the difference between the 2 of them. That's a great choice as a radio for field day. The difference is about $2,000.
I think it's actually a little more than that, Gary. It's only money, that's right. Anyway, thank you, Neil. So the pre-GOTA demo unit, in other words, the unit that's in the queue, that won't be counted. That'll be a receive-only radio. Fred's just going to use it to show people how it works before they get up to the GOTA station. We don't have to worry too much about that. The transmitters that are going to count to the Class 3A entry are 1 FTDX10 at the sideband station, the 2 KX4 rig-in-a-box units that are going to be at the CW stations, and the GOTA station is going to be a separate unit. So it's not part of that 3 transmitter count. It's our free GOTA unit. All right? So we're all set. Don't have to worry about, do we have too many radios? The sideband station is going to be completely battery powered, courtesy of Mark and Dave. They did this last year, it worked out well, so we're going to do it again this year. The GOTA is going to run on generator power, and we're going to use N3 FJP for logging software there just to make it simple. It'll be a standalone thing. It won't be on the network, the logging network. And it'll have an external monitor. We'll have headphones, foot switch, the whole 9 yards. The radio for GOTA is right back there on the counter. And it's connected. We can turn it on and listen to 7.200 if you want. No, we're not going to do that. All right. Any more? Any questions? So a couple things just as reminders. Be nice to, if you know your schedule or when you find out what your schedule is from your station captain, make sure you get there on time or get there a few minutes early, right? This allows you to let the control operator who's there at the station, particularly for GOTA, they know you're there, they're going to feel good. You get an update on whatever operation issues or questions are going on. You get a chance to see what's going on from a QSO standpoint so that, you know, you're not walking in cold. Even if you've done it before, you need a little refresher. And you can ask any questions that you might have remaining in your, you know, in your prep. I know you're all studying to operate this stuff at field day, right? Do we have to study for field day? There's a test, right? The one thing we do want to say is don't change any settings on anything unless you ask about changing settings. We had some people change settings last year, create a little disturbance. We don't want to do that again. All right. Okay. So there's going to be a quiz here, so memorize these little numbers, right? There's only 14 of them. This is straight out of the manual. You all read the manual, right? No? Okay. I have some notes here. So this number 1, that's the power switch, okay? Number 2, that's the antenna tuner. This unit has an antenna tuner in it. You're not going to have to worry about the antenna tuner. Don't worry about it. Don't touch that button. Number 3, that's the Vox-Mox switch. You're not going to have to worry about that either. But this radio has an automated, has a Vox feature in it that, yeah, Neil doesn't like it. It's whiz-bang stuff. When you use the stock mic, you don't have to push the button. You can just start talking. Number 4 is the headphone plug. Number 5 is the microphone jack. That's going to have the Heil Y connector in it. So we'll have the foot switch on one side and the microphone on the other. Number 6 is an SD card slot. Don't worry about that. It doesn't play music, and it only plays audio that's recorded from this radio. So unless you can, you know, get somebody to sing into, no, you don't want to do that. It's not even legal. Number 7 is the wire stand, which will probably be up. You won't have to worry about it. Number 8, this is the noise blanker button, okay? You shouldn't have to worry about that either. And number 9 is the digital noise reduction button. And this is useful for sideband, but depending upon who's running the radio from a coach standpoint or a station standpoint, you likely won't have to worry about that either. But it does work rather nicely. There are 3 settings that show up on the menu, but you don't need to worry about that. Number 10, this is an important button that you probably want to worry about. This is a knob. It's the audio frequency knob. And on the outer ring of that knob is the squelch and RF gain. You shouldn't have to worry about those either. The audio works like any other audio knob. Clockwise, gets louder. Counterclockwise, gets softer. All right, number 11. This is the VFO switch. Changes from either VFO A or VFO B. And number 12 is the quick memory bank. Don't need to worry about this one either. 13 is what they call the MPVD. So this is a new feature. You know, these guys come up with great names for these things. It's a multi-purpose VFO dial, outer dial, excuse me. Don't know why they didn't put the O in the acronym, but they didn't. And basically you use this outer dial in conjunction with the function switch to select features that you want to run or menus that you want to operate. 14's the VFO knob. So pretty simple radio.
Mike, let me point out one thing. If you go back to that slide just for a second, probably the most important button on there for me is the lock button to the bottom right, about 5 o'clock on the VFO. The structure for the Yaesu FT DX10 is such that many of the buttons around the VFO, if you touch them, you'll also change frequency. Try to make it a habit to use the lock button and you'll get away from that. So now that's particularly because oftentimes we get pileups. We aren't doing search and pounce. We are the person people are looking for. Good idea to lock that in. Neil, is that what you're going to talk about, or do you have some? Neil?
Neil, do you have anything?
Oh.
Okay. There is one other button that you might be interested in.
I didn't hear you.
You didn't hear me.
It's one of the things that got it being old. You can't hear worth a flip. I am in the process, and I should have the other component when I get home to interface the FTDX10 with a headphone amplifier that will allow 4 sets of headphones connected. Excuse me. The tricky part is if you, and then also use an external speaker. I have a new box that will, I think will do that. The issue is the amplifier is stereo. The external speaker on the back, unlike the 101, is mono. So that's going to require a special adapter, which I have. But the easy way to do it is off of the headphone, because the headphone jack is stereo. So I should have that completed tomorrow, and that'll work just fine.
Okay, so Mark and I have already taken care of it. You can sit down. I don't want to get feedback here. Hold on a second. So we have 2 amplifiers, and we've tested it coming out of the headphone jack in the front of the radio, and we go to up to 3 different headsets we've had into it, as well as an external speaker, and each one has its own volume control. So we've played with it to adjust the volume out of the radio, made it comfortable to have a headset on, and then also had a large external speaker where we could drive it, so that if any people come to the site or come to the station, they can listen, and the person operating won't have to have their eardrums blown out by the loud volume. So we've got that all worked out. We got the cables. We got everything we need. So you can thank you, and stand down. We're good.
Okay, any other questions about the radio? We're going to move on. It's time for Lee.
Germany 7, Victor.